Hello everyone, what is up? Welcome back. Been a while, I know. Sorry. It really has been a while this time. Technically speaking, it hasn't been a while. It's just the latest upload went wrong. Which, technically speaking, could lead you to believe that there has not been an upload for a while. But, technically speaking, that's not my fault. Now you could argue I could check that. But, you know, that was then. This is now. We're all happy here. So today, we are actually continuing and, well, essentially wrapping up Laxius Force 1. Last episode, we went all the way up to the brain. We kind of went over the various things that we have. Actually, still don't know what this exactly does. Counter spells plus 101 HP. That's actually pretty big, 101 HP. It's a bit in nothing. No one I have really can use this, but technically speaking, this could be useful. Anyways, we're about to enter the worst part of the game, if you ask me. I love this game, and I don't like this place. Why do I not like this place? The Brain of Gladenmore is one of those places where, first of all, if you don't know what you're doing, this place is atrocious to get through. Second of all, these things resist the Nahanaha Needle. Have pretty decent resistance and can do that, where they just madden one of your party members. All in all, not exactly the best time in the world, and they're resistant to a lot of different things that you might want to try against them. Hyper attack seems to work. I'll be honest, like, I don't always remember exactly what works against who. Sometimes it is a matter of just trying it out. But the point is, a lot of these PCs will actually be very relevant in dealing with this place. And beyond that, it's actually quite hard to know what works where. You have a lot of these PCs, like I said. I'm not sure what skills might work on them. But if Hyper Attack works, then God's Blade should, in theory, also work. And then we actually might have, like, 4 moves that work. Okay, God's Blade does work. So as long as that part doesn't miss, that's fine. Let's swap out the Nahanaha Needle for Heaven's Blade. I think that might work, but I'm not sure. We'll see in a second. Yeah, okay, that works. Good. Okay, so we have a way of dealing with these guys. That's pretty big. Now, there's 3 paths that you can explore. You can go down, or you can go to the right. The other parts unlock as you progress, obviously. And that's kind of one part of why I hate this place. You don't really know instinctively, like, where you can go, where you can't go, and there's a lot of, like, barely visible paths. As you can see, a lot of gates in our way. There's nothing to the right here. The good thing is, I've done this place so many times by now that I'm pretty confident in at least knowing where I can walk. It's just the exact order of things it's not my thing. Remembering the exact order of things is something I am notoriously bad at. I do know that you have to do this section first, though. Anyways, all of these PCs are corrupt. As you can see, this thing spawns here. What is this thing? Don't know, don't ask me. It's a thing. You can Metalist curse it, I do know that. And then I don't know how much damage we're going to deal, but it's 2,000 damage, it's not the worst. Now, if you want to get through this place quick and you bought a lot of them, you can go ahead and use hijacks. I obviously didn't buy a lot of those because I don't care, because you don't need them. But, you know, buying hijacks earlier on if you farmed it with Zul is, it's a strategy that you can use here, and it'll save you a lot of time because these things do count as machines. On the other hand, they really aren't that tough to beat. They just take a while because they have a lot of HP, they're tanky. But I wouldn't say... Also, this is one of the funny things. You can walk here, and that actually leads you over here into a trapped chest. Hold on, we're getting somewhere. Once you beat that chest, you get the Photon Laser Prototype, which is a weapon that I'm not sure a lot of people even know exists. But it does exist. It's in this chest right here, just by heading down from here. Don't ask me how you're supposed to find that unless you really, like, stick to every single detail, hug every single wall, which is easier said than done. But even the people who open up the script of the game and look at the game's files would probably have trouble finding this one, because a map like this has a lot of events on the map just to, like, have the, you know, the visuals. So even if you're in the event file in RPG Maker, it's not necessarily easy to find the one little event here. Now, mind you, the random encounters here from these computers give a lot of XP. A lot of gold, I mean. There's toxic water over there. There's nothing here. There's another lock gate here, and then I think off the edge here is nothing, so we need to backtrack. Yeah, we need to backtrack, open another chest, and we clearly need to do something so that we don't die here. Asbar hitting himself is honestly the best result. The best result at times because it prevents you from really dying proactively there. I think you head back up, and then up here in the top right, we flip the switch. There's nothing to the right, but there is 2 more computers here, and both of them also can be interacted with. That one will actually give you Bromium, and I will admit I am not sure if the Bromium here has a point. It might later on. Good question. I don't know. I don't think I've ever found a use for the Bromium here, but... Okay, anyways, once we're here, once again, 2 more computers, and it's kind of like the same vibe the entire way through. We're just kind of dealing with these various computers. We're just, you know, breaking them, interacting with the prompt here, and then you just kind of continue. So that's kind of how you just make your way through this place. You kind of just wade through all these things, and if you get double maddened, that becomes really annoying because you risk dying to madness. Obviously, in that chest, you have the Starbreaker. Yeah, the Starbreaker sword. It's a relic. It's a pretty nice sword. I'm not entirely sure whether it's worth really using in particular, because if you look at what it does, it's not that insane. It inflicts Black Hole. Not the best debuff ever, but, you know, it's a good sword. So, this is actually one of the items that I'm not entirely sure what the point of it is. I'm not even sure where in the inventory I can find it. It might be really obvious, it might not be, but it literally just says question mark, question mark, question mark. So, the Gladenmore Condensator, who knows. I might be usable on Deuterion later on. That's like one thing I can maybe think of. But beyond that, I'm not really too sure if it's an item that anything or anyone can use. Meanwhile, the Bloodline Katana that we found a couple seconds ago, didn't say anything then, but now that I'm talking anyways. The Bloodline Katana is a pretty good weapon for Wendala. I think she gets bonus hits when she uses it. So it's one of those weapons that's really specific to her. Also, I wonder what God's Blade does here. God's Blade really isn't that impressive when you use it against something like this. I think hijacking works here. Yeah, 5,000 damage hijacking. So as you can see, if you have a lot of hijacks, you can kind of just use them and these fights will be a breeze. But realistically speaking, as long as you just have Athbar on a pretty strong build, you can just cleave through them anyways. So it really doesn't matter. And with the Heaven's Blade equipped, random can just Demon Slaughter through these. I think any of the slaughter skills work, really. Also, I mean, I don't think I can access this card yet. So there's the question why I'm doing this, but you don't fight these encounters every single time, I think. I hope. And Sarah's hyper attack actually really also does pretty good damage. So. It's kind of a matter of like how much effort you want to put into it, I suppose, because you can just rush and you'll be fine 100% of the time. Maybe Brushin dies because I'm using Brushin in this part. Yeah, the thing's locked, so I can't get to it yet. Do I just keep going? I just keep going, right? Yeah. I think this is the last of the random encounters, and then the fact that the gate's locked is annoying. So that means I missed a switch somewhere, which is annoying, because I don't really know what switch that would be. I suppose it might be the one down here. Down here, also a lot of fun. This door's locked, you can't get through. You'll get encounters here. The encounters here are a bit different. They're like these robot plane thingies. And this computer is also borked, so you can interact with it. And same as usual. And then it's through here, you get encounters. Luckily, Athbar is more than capable of just pounding those things, so you don't really have to keep that in mind, like he just instantly beats them. This door looks like there's a door, you can't do anything with it, you can't interact with it, but you can just walk through it. That's the nice part about that door. Actually, not sure if you can interact with it. Does it offer to use an air bomb? No. It's not that big a troll. Like, it could have also, like, asked, do you want to use an air bomb? And then after you've used the air bomb, you realize that the door was never locked to begin with. You know. In the Nera style. Anyways, we find a magical lock over here. And then Brushin's actually going to highlight one of them, but he's not going to highlight the other one because he's too low leveled. Which is interesting. It makes me wonder what level you have to be for the other one to appear. It seems that the answer is 53. Wow. Jesus. Well, his perception is 53, according to these notes. So that is actually pretty high. I'm not sure how you're. Wait, hold on. Let's try. What does he have equipped? He has the necklace equipped. So the crystal eye. Okay. So the crystal eye is enough to see it at this point. Yeah, that's fair then. Interestingly enough, these actually don't disappear if you unequip the crystal eye again. Over here you're gonna hear the alarm go off because you interact with this button. Beyond that, there's nothing, and none of these computers do anything, so you don't have to bother searching them. If you go back up, you'll notice that now the door here is unlocked, but nobody knows what this is for. I think it doesn't. I don't think that thing does anything whatsoever. I'm pretty sure that those are the only lines that you can get from it, that Iveen doesn't know what to do with it. The computer on the left here doesn't have another encounter, although it's another one of these, well, lame ones because it doesn't give you the gold. Luckily, there's more encounters here, yay. Over here there's some more guns. Now these guns and stuff, I mean, I don't know what to think about the fact that you get them, because it's like, sure, it's items that you can use, but it's not like you're ever going to be using them in a real capacity. So let's see. So over here you just hug the wall and head all the way down, and then let's see if I remember this correctly. You head all the way down and you cling to a little bit to the walls so that you don't lose track of where you are. But then you'll notice there's a pathway there, and there's actually two sections. You can either go between everything and then head up here, but there's nothing there. Or you can go all the way back. The computers don't have anything either. I know that much. I've tried. I mean, I can try for you, but yeah. The alternative is that you head down here and you follow the path all the way to the right, and then we're gonna find a computer. With more of these eyes, not the worst encounter, obviously. Yeah, these eyes, that's gonna give us some sane potions, and I believe this is gonna be a double ambush. One here and then one a tile lower. But these Trons are completely useless, so, and then another ambush I think when we press the button. So then we're gonna fight the Predator bot, which, you know, sure. Much like every other enemy we fight in this place, not exactly the biggest threat ever. I believe you can Metalist Curse him for extra damage, but realistically speaking, like, he does summon those aids of his occasionally, which, like, I can see how that might be annoying, but beyond the fact that he just summons a couple useless aids, it really doesn't matter. He does keep summoning them though. I think he's more likely to summon them if he's actually if they're actually dead, or I think it might just be a set amount of turn cycles before he revives them. Realistically speaking, it also just does not matter, because eventually if you rush, you'll take them out anyways. You could definitely do this more optimally and quicker, but also I think this is one of those fights where you learn to appreciate just how many status effects there are in this game. We might want to revive Sarah with a life potion, and then we might want to just use one holy water on random, just so I don't have to bother healing individually. Okay, wow, they actually killed something. That's surprising. That's kind of what I was saying earlier. Like, there's a lot of things you can say about this fight, but in the end, as long as you just spam your moves with Random and Sarah, and then let the others just attack, you're never gonna lose this, because it's a really easy fight. You might take some damage, but it just, yeah. Okay, well, anyways. Now that that fight is done, we're just gonna continue. We're gonna head all the way back, and this is one of the more annoying treks all the way back, because you have to go back up. We're actually getting really lucky with the random encounters. Now, you'd be forgiven if you think that the orb the crystal that we saw might have something new to it now, but it doesn't. It's really, I don't know why it's there to begin with. It's pretty useless. Completely useless. Mind you, we have 46,000 gold by now. Still not the most gold you can have or anything, but it's a pretty nice amount at this point. It's not too bad. These guys can actually drop you Ceremonies of Blood, which is a decent enough healing item. It inflicts flesh hunting on everyone that's alive, I believe. Which is why I wouldn't really like... which is why I personally don't actively use it, but it's nice enough. Honestly, you're basically just praying that he doesn't hit random there with the... with his attacks. With the madness attack. I could also give Aspar something that makes him immune to madness, but like, it doesn't matter. Anyways, these encounters shouldn't trigger again You can still get random encounters, but the encounters that we already killed shouldn't happen again. So we should just be able to bolt right through. That one felt like it was forced, but... Okay. So we're once again going to encounter one of these things, and we're just going to do the exact same thing we've been doing this entire time. God's Blade. God's Blade, Hyper Attack, Lethal Move. But like I said, you can just do this. Honestly, you know, just speed things up. Let's just do this. The fact that you get a couple of these for free kind of helps hint at what you're supposed to do with them. Because you do get a lot of these weapons in this area, because all these weapons actually work decently well on the enemies that you might not necessarily be able to hit. Anyways, let's save here. Now, the road down here unlocks by doing what we did a second ago. So we're going to interact with these computers, and there is one more thing that I have not yet found. Very important. There is one item that I have not yet found, and I actually am not sure how to find it. But I know it's here. It's a weapon, so there's that. And I know it's here. So the question is, how do we get to it? Now, first of all, this switch needs to be flipped. We can use the Medalist Curse, and we're just going to use 2 hijackings to just drain 50%, well, 50-70% of this thing's HP, because I'm kind of tired of dealing with it. There we go. Alright, so we managed to flip that switch. That's good. Now, there's 2 more computers here. I know that much. These random encounters, really. For all the items in the Inclusionist games, an item that cancels random encounters really would have been nice. That would have been real nice. Anyways. We're still dealing with this thing. I mean... if it helps give you an idea, this is what bazookas do to this thing. So bazookas deal about 1,000 damage, which is why you get like so many of them. Technically speaking, they do help speed this all up. As for here, you can use a air bomb that's going to give you 11 hijackings, which is going to allow you to obviously, you know, clean the place out quicker again. And then I think like there's an encounter here, but that's not what I was after. It's not here. So I need to find the part of the map where you can walk, because there's one more thing. I'm pretty sure. Is there one more thing? Is it here? I actually don't think it's here. I actually think it's in one of the other 2 maps. Is it here? I don't think it's here either. Yeah, it's definitely not here. I'm thinking for a second here. Yeah, that contains the prototype. The chest down there contains the prototype. That much we know. Is there another hidden item here? There should be. I have this vague feeling that there is, and I'm not sure where that feeling comes from. There is definitely something that I missed. I'm pretty sure it's in this map. It's in here somewhere. I believe we went down, like, we went down there, didn't we? Yes, we did. Like, we went over here and then down from here. Yeah, we came down here. We got this chest. Huh. Laser glass. That's not what I'm looking for. Did I find it all? I'm having trouble remembering if I found it all now. Let's think for a second here. for full disclosure, I opened up the guide. Purely because I'm not sure. I must be misremembering, and I think that yeah, no. It seems that I'm mistaken about something. Apparently, there's no... Apparently we got everything. I really thought there was one more thing, but I must be mistaken somehow. I thought there was a different laser weapon as well in this place, but... Anyway, it's okay. So, the laser prototype is the weapon that we were looking for earlier when I said that there was something hidden here. And that is one of the weapons that, like, was very hard to find. I don't think a lot of people found this for the longest time. But the photon laser prototype is a decent enough weapon. I think if you use it against the final boss here, it might be effective, I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter either. The question is, do I want to, like, optimize the team in order to fight him, or do I not care? I don't think I really care. In general, we should be fine. Now, first of all, there's nothing here, just some special effects. And unless I'm mistaken, I don't think there's anything else to do either. So we're just going to go ahead and fight against this thing, whatever it is. He's going to send out some minions to fight us first. Now, glue is the annoying debuff that these guys inflict. Doesn't matter too much, but as you'll see, I believe, yeah, Demon Slaughterer actually does not work on these enemies, right? Because we're using the wrong sword for that to work, I believe. Because this inflicts damage against weapons, this is also damaged weapons, so... Which is kind of weird, because our weapon skill does work, our regular attack does work on them. But, okay, confirmed, that also does no damage. So as you can see, the issue with this boss is definitely not that he's strong, it's just that he absolutely spams everything. All these debuffs are being spammed onto you, causing you to take a lot of damage, take a lot of a large variety of damage as well. You can definitely just use lasers to focus everything. And I believe they deal pretty decent damage against these guys, but none of that particularly matters. Because at the end of the day, the reason that we have all this stuff is just so that we can cleave through these bosses. It works best if you just attack the towers first and leave the small guys alive, but Askbar being enraged doesn't really allow that. Well, the chaotic doesn't really allow for us to control Askbar. Although notably, even if one of them dies, you can just revive him and they'll be rid of all those debuffs, which debatably, like, you could, like, it's honestly better if they just die once in a while. The only downside is that if random becomes too low, he starts failing to move because he counters a lot. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, we're gonna life potion Askbar, which means no, he's still chaotic, so we still cannot control him. And the list of status of debuffs keeps strong. Honestly, we might lose here because we didn't prepare properly. If we do, we'll just prepare, and if we don't, then that's fine. Let's see, because calling should be effective against these things, and ice jails them, which is honestly what we should have been trying to do from the start, but I'm lazy. Between calling again. It's annoying when Askbar hits the only one that he's not meant to hit, but it's whatever. And then there's one left. I believe we get the... Oh, well, that's not it. That's great. Honestly. That's just stellar. It's the glue that's the most annoying. I might, like, at this point I might not have a choice either, but even if it survives, maybe dying is easier here, just so that we can actually... Okay, well, we don't have a choice, but it's fine. Okay, so if you die, you can actually return here, which is kind of cool in its own way. Okay, let's make a little bit more relevant party. Let's put Wendala in. Wandala with the Bloodline Katana, and then I believe... I don't really see anything that would protect us against glue. Protect against poison, pox, venom, fatigue, fear, cold, madness, and shrinkage. Sure. Okay, anyways. So Sarah's gonna go ahead and full heal here, and full heal herself, and then random, we are going to... Does he have it? No, he has a legend realm. Okay, I see. We're actually just going to give random a decent item this time. Let's see. The dust wall that the Battle of Mammoth provides for us. Seed pendants, vapor rings, cerulean ring. Ah, this is the one that protects you against all the various effects. There we go. That's the one I was after. And we'll give random, you know, we'll give him, I believe that maybe the Starbreaker is actually the way to go, but I'm gonna go with the, Naha Needle, because it is a weapon. We farmed so long for it, the Naha Needle deserves to help us win this game. So like I said, okay, right, the Naha Needle doesn't work. It's fine. We'll be fine. You'll see. So what we're actually going to go ahead and do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to use an Omega Budan with random, just to get rid of all these things. And we're going to use Beatwood Calling, as we discussed earlier, and then we're going to use Alpha Knight, and then everything's going to be fine. So the Omega Budan actually, like, not the worst, but it wasn't the best either. We're going to revive Wandala. I'm not sure if random is able to hit them. Nope. Okay, so we just, yeah, we went super hard mode this time. That's fine. I didn't want to have it easy anyways. So the A-bomb is actually pretty cool because it deals insane damage because it's scaling off of your off of their HP instead of anything else. Again, wave vibrators are kind of the same concept. They deal damage based on the amount of HP that the enemy has, which is why they deal decent damage against mostly anything. And like I said, the Omega Budons are still pretty potent as well. All in all, I think the trick is to try and kill these things like as closely to each other as possible, but that's not necessarily easy. And I think you can use God's Blade and Sun Boomer attack to like make it go a bit quicker. God's Blade does work, so that's good. Obviously, random being unable to hit most of these guys is annoying. But considering that there's only one enemy left, I really shouldn't be saying that we're fine. I really should be killing these things because they're going to... Oh, great. You know what? Sometimes you just need to handle things with care. Now, most importantly, you don't get any time to heal up between these fights. Man, I'm handling this so poorly. Jesus. Why did I equip the Naha Needle? I knew it didn't work on these things. I honestly have no clue why I would decide to equip it. But okay. We just have to deal with it. Like, we did it, we have to deal with that, it's fine. We're gonna use Omega Tsunami here, because Omega Tsunami is still a pretty decent healing skill, even if it's not as good as I'd like. The Wave Vibrator is gonna deal with most of them, and random is in a rare streak of something that, like in a streak of something that really doesn't happen a lot. Random is going to be the one that's going to be healing the party with the recovery items that we've been saving up. It's kind of the easiest way to handle this. The main issue is that these evil pseudopedes are like probably like maybe not having chaotics on Aspar is useful enough in the sense that that would at least make it so that I can choose who I hit. But you know, again, potato, who knows? Could have made a lot of better choices, but we didn't. Okay, so these things come back to life, random gets a turn, but the turn's not going to be amazing, and I think we actually just lose here again. Wow, that's annoying. Okay, so this time maybe don't equip the one weapon in the game that they're completely immune to. That would be good. You even get this sword like for free. And let's give Askbar like the issue is like, what do you give him? It's not like I have another magical item that does the same as the Exo Ring. But it might be useful just so that he can actually target the right enemies. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. The Holy Axe is, I think, still the best item to give him though, so let's go with that. Let's save. Okay. So this is going to be the last time we try to fight this boss. It doesn't really matter too much. I believe Demon Slaughterer should even work here this time. I'm not 100% sure about that. Nope, okay, still doesn't work. I don't know why. I think they're immune specifically to weapon skills. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, speed with calling, Alpha Knight, and then the most important part is that we attack the left plasma blood so that I can actually keep track of who I'm attacking. Right. So as you can see, you know, slightly more effective than what we have been doing so far. I kind of wanted to see if you could do it without using the relic, and the answer is yes, you definitely can. But I mean, clearly, it just isn't as effective as like you'd want it to be. So why would you want it? Just use the relic that you find in the zone. It's not exactly rocket science either. To just use the weapon that you find in the dungeon to kill said dungeon. But yeah, here we are. So I kind of wanted to avoid it becoming this, where random just auto clears because he's random and because he's, you know, your strongest character that you're always gonna have. But admittedly, especially in this dungeon, it's kind of tedious to do anything else. As you can see, like, it should be obvious by now. Using random is kind of like... that was wrong. Using anyone but random is kind of hard to get around. Actually, yeah, I could totally use this, but I don't want to. So let's use the holy water on Sarah, just so she doesn't die, and then she... Well, actually, she can revive her for once. Right. Necroleech. What was I saying? Right. I just kind of wanted to do it without relying on random to do everything, because that's how Laxius Force tends to just go. You struggle with a boss, and then random just kills them, because random is random, and random deals a lot of damage. But, you know, it is what it is. So we cleared it pretty easily with the Starbreaker Relic, and now you do get one chance to do a lot of stuff. Make sure that you use Hero as your very last action, because obviously we're gonna go mad otherwise. And you can go back to the Orc of Chaos for this, because I think that's fine. Okay, so this is the Heaven's Cancer. Now there's two ways to beat this thing. Option 1, you actually beat it. Option 2, you inflict poison, pox, or Lichea, bleeding, you know. This thing isn't particularly immune to most of the damage over time debuffs. Which, you know, makes it a matter of, like, how principled you are. Do you want to just beat this thing because you, well, you debuff him until he dies, or do you want to actually beat him? The choice is yours. It's definitely not like the most intense fight in the world, and I actually think that like the fight that comes right before it is a lot easier. Yeah, is a lot harder. Fighting him like this is actually relatively easier because he takes so many turns that he just kills himself pretty quickly. So the final boss of the game is kind of boring if you ignore those waves that come before it. Those waves before it, relatively hard. The boss himself, you know, not exactly. Anyways. So Sarah is gonna become a half angel. Yay! And then we're gonna save. And I don't think there's anything left here. She can heal you. I'm not Huh? What? I'm sorry. Oh, because she's dead. Right, the game checks whether she's alive and then you die because the game now checks, I think. I should not have done that, but okay. Okay, I was gonna ask you to heal me actually. Okay, yeah, because the game checks whether you're alive at that point. Okay, well that's kind of funny. But I don't think there's anything new here after you respawn here. So I don't think you can go. Well, you can go back in, but there's no point. Okay, so she's gonna mention that Sarah can now protect her friends. And then we're back in Edratana, and honestly, once you're back in Edratana, there's actually only like one real thing to do, namely, finish the game. Which is fair enough. But there is like one or two things that we can do before we actually have to finish the game. We're gonna put Wendala in the party. I don't know where the Potion of Beauty... Wait, did we convince Magdalena yet? No, we have not yet done that. So I should have the Beauty Potion somewhere in here. Potion of Beauty, there we go. So you give the Potion of Beauty to Wendala, and then you go ahead and use the map to Magdalena's Shrine. We need to be in the Undead Guild to do that. I figured it would say that. That means we need to go to the bottom of the two maps. No, the top of the two maps, yeah. Because we need to venture to the Undead Guild. Means we go here, 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 down, down, up, whoop, in here. No, we need to be in the Undead Guild to do this. So we're in the Undead Guild now. We're gonna go ahead and use Magdalena's map. And Magdalena's Shrine map. Now, if you don't have the Beauty Potion equipped, it's actually gonna kick you out every time you try. The way you complete this quest is you put money in, you put 10,000 gold into this, and then you talk to Magdalena. And considering that you're pretty enough for her blessing, she's actually going to just allow you to... She's going to agree to support the Undead Guild. Now, here's the thing. You can hand this quest in, but since you cannot complete this quest for a while yet, the game is actually going to be a little bit fitty about it, because you cannot complete this quest in Laxius Force 1. So yeah. Cannot complete that quest, cannot complete that quest, cannot complete that quest, well, you can complete this quest, but we don't want to. Can't complete this quest, cannot 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 complete this quest, and cannot complete this quest. So, we can technically hand it in. And we're gonna get a reward, but just don't tell them that you've finished all the quests, because then the game's gonna, well, then they're gonna go on to the next part, and then you're kind of stuck. And there's nothing like pushing you to do it now, so it doesn't matter. Quests for the guild, yeah, find that, and then over here, they're not gonna give us a new quest, because we don't have enough guild points. There's no, I don't think there's anything we can do. We can go to the Guild of Fire or to the beach, but I don't think either of those are relevant for us right now either. So, I dare say that we've kind of completed Laxius Force 1. Now, just in case you're wondering, we can actually go ahead and check the quests. Yeah, raising Nuna is impossible, giving the orb, and then, oh yeah, right. Did we... I suppose there's a quest that we can still pick up. I don't think we have it yet. Yeah. So there is one more quest that we can pick up. It really doesn't matter because you complete this quest as you go, or you don't complete it at all. Nobody's going to blame you if you don't complete this quest. But you can pick it up. It's over here, the challenge. The challenge is to kill 10,000 monsters. So kill 10,000 monsters is now officially a challenge. Now, random is currently sitting on about 1,278. 1,278. So 10,000 monsters with one monster, with one guy, is you know, it's pretty insane. Now, if we take a quick look, that means that at the end of Laxius Force 1, sad, we have quest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This goes all the way up to 20 because the 21st quests are uncompletable. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 7, 8, 9, 10, well, 30. 31, 32, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42, 43, 4, 44B. Don't know why there is a 44B, but there's a 44B. I think it's because if you complete this quest becomes impossible, so that's why I'm tired. Anyways, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, and then quest 51 is here. Who murdered Sarah's parents? So that's quest 51. 2, 3, and then we keep going, right? 59A, 59B, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 67. We go on and on and on, and then 74 is the chest, cannot be completed. 75A for Roseanne, and then 75 to start Roseanne's quest. 6, 7, and then these two are both 67, 76. This quest is bugged in that it will always complete both quests, so whatever. 8, 9, 80, 81, and 82 are missing here, but that's the Roseanne quest and warming up Lady Deredolin. And then the next quest that we cannot complete is for here. So 90, and then 94 is a more quest that we cannot complete. 99 is a quest that we're missing, and 103. But if you go back and look, 103 is here, 99 is here, and then 106, 113, 116, 106 here, and then 113 is not yet finished, and then 116, 117, 19, 120 is missing here, and then then we start going, then it stops matching perfectly. Anyways, 62 is here, 120 is here, 117 is here, 116 is here, 113 is here, and 116 is here. So that means, all in all, long story short, we have completed every single completable quest in Laxius Force 1 so far. It's been quite an experience, actually. So we're gonna be, heading up, and I mean, you can definitely go ahead and check all the various guilds. All I'm saying is you won't find any new quests or anything of the sort, because, yeah. Quest is no longer available. Kill the creature, no longer available. She cannot do anything for us. She cannot do anything for us. Well, she means she can, but... and these quests are going to be the old quests. So, Laxius Force 1 is officially over. So, the way you finish this game is by heading up. Heading up into this place. Back to the palace. And, if you venture up, you are going to enter the throne room, and that is where you will be finishing the game. And I'm not sure if everyone... 11 wins. I think we got all the rewards, is the thing, and then we also did that, so there's really nothing left to do. Wow. So, we're gonna head up, all the way up, into the throne room, and yeah, so we're gonna save the game, and that's gonna be the end of the game. Laxius Force 1 completed, to be continued. So that is it for Laxius Force 1. The game is over. There is nothing left to do. Everything has been done. I don't know how many more ways I can say that we're done, but we're done. We saved 107 times. Rude. I don't think that's that often. Random kills 1,296 enemies. So all of them are going to start comparing stuff. Now obviously quest is always going to be random, but we completed 104 quests. 104 quests. That's actually quite ratio of kills per battle, actually. So Kraken actually killed the most enemies per battle. That is, well, I mean, yeah, that's actually pretty surprising. Alright, so we saved, and then we get these stolen shots from Random and Sarah. It's nothing particularly special. But yeah, so congratulations, you finished. Make sure to save the game, make sure you save it in a different slot, because your slot will become unusable. And we're going to be thrown back onto the main menu, so thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the series. This was Laxius Force 1, the Completionist run. Thank you, and goodbye.